Hello! Hello, everybody. Welcome to KP Law News. Yeah, we are live this evening. Talk about what's going on there in my home county, my home state, my home town, of all places. Yeah, we're on the road. We left the house yesterday, so I wish I'd have stayed home, waited another week, stay home. Maybe I could have gone in person down to the trial. Got some footage of that, but apparently no cameras in the courthouse, the courtroom, whatever. So even the news people are having to news cameras having to stay outside. They can send their reporters in, but they just can't send the cameras in behind them. So uh, got some information. The trial started today. They seated the jury today. That's what I should say. They seated the jury. They were expecting to take up to 2 days to seat the jury. They did it in 4 hours. 4 hours. Three men and six females is on the jury. So apparently, open arguments happened today, and they had a couple witnesses testify today, and they did show some body cam. But we'll get all that in a minute. I want to do have to do a little backstory right now and about everything that happened. If you don't know the case, uh, former deputy sergeant of all people, Michael Davis, shot and killed Hunter Britton. I think he was 17 at the time, and there's a lot of questions around the shooting. Apparently, the deputy sheriff, former deputy sheriff, he was fired. We'll get into that too in a second. He shot 17-year-old Hunter Britton um, over a traffic stop. So this all happened near my hometown of Cabot, Arkansas, within, I don't know, 5 or 10 miles in Lonoke County, Arkansas. Uh, Hunter, that's the teen that passed away. Him and his friend were out working on his pickup truck one night at the garage and decided something was the transmission. They decided to take a little test spin. It was, I don't know, 2 or 3 in the morning, I believe. And Deputy Sheriff Michael Davis, former Deputy Michael Davis, Lonoke County Deputy Sergeant Michael Davis, pulled Hunter over. And I guess Hunter got out of the truck because something was wrong with the transmission and started rolling back towards the deputy's car. And um, he grabbed something to try to throw under the wheel to try to keep it from rolling. And I guess the deputy took that as a threat, didn't know what was going on or whatever, and shot and killed Hunter right there beside his truck and had the other teen exit the vehicle. But there's a lot of stuff going on as far as rumor and everything. The teenager that was riding with Hunter um, apparently said there was no warning or nothing. The deputy just fired right away. Uh, didn't tell Hunter to stop, get down, or anything. Just fired without any warning. And conveniently, the deputy didn't have his body cam running at the time. He didn't turn the body cam on until after the shooting, when he was telling the other passenger to get out of the vehicle. There's a lot of controversy around that. And the Lonoke County Sheriff, John Staley, it was, I don't know, a couple weeks after this incident, fired Sergeant Deputy Sheriff Michael Davis, not for killing an unarmed teenager. He shot him for, or fired him for violating department policy by not having his body cam already on. So right away, when the Lonoke sheriff could not investigate the case, so they had to send it to the Arkansas State Police. So they did their investigation, and I guess they found some things that were not right. So they assigned, I don't know if it was Arkansas State Police or whoever assigned a prosecutor, not in Lonoke County. He came from Polk County, which is a county away from Lonoke, just I guess to get a unbiased prosecutor on this case. So he investigated it and said, yeah, there's enough here to where we can charge the deputy with manslaughter, not murder or anything like that, manslaughter. And so today they seated the jury. Like I said, 3 men, 6 females, and a couple open statements, and then the witness. The first witness they called was his friend that was riding in the passenger seat, and that's when he said today on the stand that he didn't hear any warning from the deputy. He just fired right away. But they kept that passenger, the witness, in back of a deputy sheriff's car for I think 6 hours, I believe. I might be wrong on that, but it was a long time anyway. While they were investigating the shooting at the scene, about 6 hours. So I think they eventually let him go, and for the next week or so, a lot of residents and the family, Hunter's family, they were very, very irate, which is very understandable. They had protests down at the Lonoke County courthouse for, I don't know, 3 or 4 days. And one of those days, things got pretty crazy out there. So finally, I think about maybe the second day or maybe the third day, finally, Sheriff John Staley came out and made a statement and tried to talk with everybody. Said there was nothing that I can do. It's out of my hands. Only thing most I can do is discipline action for policy violations on the deputy. As far as charging him with murder or manslaughter, I can't investigate that. That's got to go to Arkansas State Police. I guess that's Arkansas state law or something. I'm not sure. So that's how that went. And it wasn't a few days later when Sheriff Staley came up with a statement saying that he fired Deputy Michael Davis for not having the body cam on. So that was a bunch of stuff around there. I have friends that are friends with that family there, and it's not good over there in Lonoke County. That's for sure. So the trial started today there in my hometown of Cabot at the, they don't actually have a courthouse, I guess, there in Cabot. They have they're doing it in the National Guard Armory. That's where they have a certain judge. That's where she is presiding on the case. So that's where she usually has her court in there. They said the courtroom itself is the gymnasium, and they have a classroom off to the side that they're using for the jury room. So it's going to be kind of crazy to watch the next few days on how this trial progresses and everything like that. So that's what I found out today. Like I said, I wish I'd have delayed my home time another week or something. I could have been down there getting at least the news from the uh, trial site. What's up, LVC? Welcome in to the. I think you're the only one in here. Uh, the KP Law News. Talk about the trial there in my home county, Lonoke County. Started today. The deputy sheriff was charged with manslaughter in the shooting death of 17-year-old Hunter Britton, unarmed Hunter Britton. So it's kind of a big deal around that area. Trial started today. They seated the jury, had open statements, and they had a witness. Oh, they also did show the body cam footage of when the deputy finally turned his body cam on after the shooting. Conveniently, they showed that, and they said that it was bad for the family and friends of Hunter because you can see him, after he was shot, you can see him laying there, I guess. So, but, yeah, it's bad news. Feel sorry for the family. Had to put up with it, but the the family, after this happened, hired the same attorney that George Floyd family used. I think I'm getting this right. The George Floyd family used, and they had at the funeral, Al Sharpton did a little speech. So, well, that's kind of crazy. But he did. He showed up and did a speech. Let's see if I can find that story real quick. Make sure I got that story right about the George Floyd attorney. Uh, he was charged. Deputy Davis, former Deputy Davis, was charged with felony manslaughter on September 17th, 2021. Uh, just hours after learning of his charges, Davis' attorney said he turned himself in to the Arkansas State Police. Yeah, I remember that. Deputy Davis pleaded not guilty to his charges, but he will be facing between 3 to 10 years in prison if he is convicted. The case gained national attention as the family of Britton fought for justice. Britton's family hired attorney Ben Crump, Ben Crump, to represent them following the deadly shooting. Crump also represented the family of George Floyd. And we all know the George Floyd story. He died up there in Indianapolis when the police officer had his knee on his neck for an extended period of time. Let's see. Okay, less than 2 weeks before the trial was set to begin, a court clerk confirmed that Circuit Court Judge Barbara Elmore, that's the judge on the case, sealed the entire case, but the clerk said she did not know why the decision was made. She sealed all the records 2 weeks before the trial. So it's already on the way. So we'll see how many days this is going to take. Yeah, I seen that LVC when the shoplifter was shot there in front of the Lowe's. He had, or home, one of those places. Yeah, they just shot him. Didn't you give him? It was crazy. It was very disturbing video. But we'll never see the body cam of Hunter getting shot because Former deputy Michael Davis didn't turn his body cam on, but he's fired. He got fired. Fired after that. For that. Because once, I guess it's shooting, once police departments or whatever is involved in the shooting, that's all got to go to Arkansas State Police, let them do the investigation. That's what they did. But he fired him anyway after that, just for the policy violation. But I think he was kind of under pressure to do something because the family and the friends were not happy. I can understand. They are very, very irate. Very, it's very understandable. That's right. So that's it. Yeah, we see. I tried to watch your live stream the other night, and it was gone by the time I got over there. Drake D got arrested. Yeah, I seen that also. A lot of them been getting arrested. Justin Pulliam, of all people, he got arrested a couple weeks ago. He's got to be the nicest guy in the world. He got arrested. You had one guy there that I don't know if you've been keeping up with the Livingston, Texas story. There's people still in jail. Well, that happened a month ago. Corners News, he got arrested down the Laredo the other day again. It's all over the place. It's happening all over the place. It's crazy, man. People are crazy. So, but I thought I'd go live and do that instead of trying to put a long story recorded video. I don't have time tonight. I drove late, getting ready to go to bed here in a few minutes. That's when I go live and talk about that. If I try to do more updates on this trial, if if I can, as long as I know what's going on with the trial, and definitely will do one when the verdict comes out. All the stuff in the middle, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do that. Ah, okay, let me see. Ah, so we'll let you go there, LEC. Thanks for stopping in. Is this my first live stream over here? I don't know. Maybe it is. I can't remember. I'm getting old. I can't remember. So I did my Cabot, Arkansas thing the other day downtown Police Station City Hall, and video. It might have 8 views now. So what the heck? 8 views? Come on, man. Show me some love. I haven't been out caught watching, but I will pull over if I see something. There you go. There you go. That's like out here on the road. If I see something, I go try to try to film it, try to record it. So that's it, everybody. I appreciate everybody stopping in. If you're watching the replay, I appreciate you checking out the replay. So, everybody have a good evening and always be recording.